Hello, friends. My name is Karine. Today I'm telling you a dream that I had on the 14th of September 2025, so a few days ago. In this whole dream, I was working with mentally impaired people. I was taking care of them, people that couldn't speak, couldn't walk, couldn't see, and couldn't speak. I mean, hear. Okay, so totally mentally impaired, uh, non-communicators type. So I was taking care of people like that in the whole dream, praying for them, taking care of them, and doing the right thing for them, being there for them. But towards the end of the dream, I go to wake up, and then I get a second dream that happened really quickly. And that dream has three scenes to it. So scene number one, I see a woman. Okay, so scene number one, I see actually two women bent over because of age. One of them is seriously old and she is very decrepit, right? She bent over, she's sitting in a chair, and I have a knowing that this woman's in her 80s, okay, and she is having a hard way to go. She's, even though she's seated in a chair, she's bent over, right? And in the back of her standing up, doing her hair and tending to her needs is what I have a knowing that she was her daughter, right? Also bent over with years. So she must have been in the 60s. So 60s or 70s, and the other one must have been in 80s or 90s. So both of them old, okay? So, and kind of decrepit. But I had a knowing that the one that was doing the hair in the back of the very old lady, she was doing so because she loved her, and that was her mom. So that's the setting for scene number one, okay? She's taking care of her mom and she's giving her love by doing her hair and fixing her up and talking to her. The scene is very quiet and very sad. That's the sense. Scene number two, this is what happens. All of a sudden, there's a gigantic white, blinding flash. I mean, everything is erased from my sight because it's nothing but bright whiteness, like a lightning bolt happened in the room that fast. Okay, that fast it happened. It was the whole room appeared to be white. We couldn't see nothing anymore. Everything was erased. Okay, that's scene number two. Scene number three, I see that my eyesight comes back, and right after it got done being bright white as a lightning bolt, blinding everything, I see two figures appear out of that room. The one that was very old is now standing up straight as the letter I, straight as can be. And the other one that was doing the hair that was in the back of her is also standing up facing. She hasn't changed positions. She's still the same as she was before, except all of a sudden she's straight up and not bent over anymore. And there's a golden glow all over the room. I can see now the walls look like these two people are lightening up the room or lighting it up with their brightness. They're bright, right? So they're lighting up the room with their own brightness. I can see that these two creatures, they they are so beautiful. They have a golden glow, and I can slightly see through their bodies. They look so young. They look so young, and they are standing face to face. So the old one got off her chair, and she don't know she was taken off her chair, turned around and straightened up in the process with the blinding light occurred. It would have to be like comparable to when the Apostle Paul was in on the road to Damascus, right? And he was absolutely blinded. Well, what happened when he was blinded? He fell off his horse, right? So now nobody fell off nothing here, okay? But I'm saying it was a blinding thing. I can see these two golden, glowy creatures. They look so young. They actually look like one another. They look like one another. You could tell that they were related, but except they look like decades younger. They look like young things now. Nimble, supple, young, and just outright gorgeous. And they lighten up the whole room, the both of them. And all of a sudden, this is what happens. They start looking at their own body and each other's body. And all this happened so quickly, right? They look at their hands, their arms, their legs, and they look at each other. And as soon as they did that, a huge smile pops up on their faces. It was like a watermelon slice smile. Half their faces with a smile. You know what I'm saying? That smiley. And as soon as they got done smiling, it finally sank into them the reality of what had just happened to them. And they started laughing, laughing so hard. They were laughing like they never laughed before, wholeheartedly laughing. Even their chest was laughing. You could see that they were laughing so loud, like, we made it, we did it, this happened. We was hoping all these years, and finally, and now look at us. So quick, just like that. And the first thing they did after they laughed like that, is they turned to one another closer and they hugged each other with total love, total joy. It was a beautiful thing to watch. These two were so happy, and you could tell this is basically the beginning of the rapture that had happened. We're not going to lift off in these bodies. We are going to be absolutely changed in an instant. It was so quick. I saw how fast it was. Their bodies was put away. The only thing that remained of these two creatures here was their spirit. That's the only thing that stayed put. Their spirit was in the same spot, but new bodies was given to them so quickly, literally in an instant. I read again the passage of the Bible where it talks about in the blink of an eye or something like that. And truly, it did look like it was in the blink of an eye. It was so quickly and painless, because these guys didn't even realize what had happened to them. It took them a few seconds to realize, whoa there, what just happened? What? What? And by the time they realized, they were so happy that their faces told the whole story. Their bodies looked so supple, like a young child. They looked so young, both of them. You could tell they were related. They looked like mother and daughter, except they looked the same age. The two looked exactly the same age. They looked like they could have been sisters, twin sisters, even, right? But it caught them a few minutes to actually realize they had been changed. That's how fast and painless that it was. Their body was put away. Their old ones, decrepit ones, were put away in a different dimension. I suppose that the Lord did that. I'm not sure what he's going to do with them, but the Lord that spoke everything into existence certainly can speak those out of existence, these bodies, right? The only thing that remained of them was their spirits, and their new bodies had just occurred. And these girls was so happy. And you could tell right there and then, it was a look on their face of absolute victory. You could tell decades of pain and suffering and them waiting for their glorification had just happened in an instant. And they were elated. Now, that's all I was allowed to see. After that, my sight ended right there and then, and I came out of my dream. But in the air was absolute joy. They lit up the entire room because they were glowy. They were so glowy. They were shiny. Not shiny like wrapping paper shiny, but glowing from the inside. Okay? Yeah, and it happened so quickly. Just like the Bible says it would. I mean, it's one thing to read it, but it's a different thing to actually see it. And so it took them a few seconds when they realized, and then they were hugging each other. And after that, my sight was cut off. I was not allowed to see anymore. But after that, I'm pretty sure we will be translated into another dimension. We will, I mean, the Lord is going to call us, and these brand new bodies are going to say, yes, sir, we're coming. Right? And the angels are going to usher us in. But really, I have a feeling that we're not going to need any help to know where we're going, because our spirit will know where to go. Right? Okay. So yeah, I hope this makes you happy. It surprised me. It gave me joy as well to think about it. The fact that they were so surprised that it happened so quickly and so painlessly, right? And it took them a few seconds to realize what had just happened. That's how painless and quick it is. So if for anybody out there that's struggling, wondering how it's going to happen, if it's going to be painful and such, don't worry about that. There's no time. There's no time, because your physical bodies will be put away so quickly. The only thing that's going to remain is your consciousness in your spirit. Okay, so yeah, and we will be very beautiful. It says so in Jude. The shining ones, the whole room was lit up. It was beautiful to see. I was like, and it was a warm golden glow, and the bodies were so beautiful, like the bodies of an angel. So, all right, well, have a good day. This is coming around the corner like really soon, you guys. Anytime now, we're gonna be leaving. Yeah. So, love you guys. I leave you with this, and God bless you today. Bye.